This is the unspoken truth. Most videos warn about male narcissists. But what about women? Women who manipulate, stir jealousy, and subtly sabotage, not just against men, but against other women too. Some even use what I call the sexual chameleon tactic, mirroring, flirting, and creating ambiguity to stay in control and keep people hooked. Today, we're exposing how female covert narcissists strategically manipulate everyone around them to feed their supply. Welcome to another episode of Thriver the Survivor. My name is Eddie, and I share my experiences of surviving toxic and manipulative people. I don't tell these stories for sympathy. I tell them because someone out there needs to hear them, and that someone could be you. Being a covert sexual chameleon means that the narcissist uses same-sex seduction or intimacy, not out of genuine interest, but as part of their strategy. It's about control, admiration, validation, all forms of supply. Supply is the fuel that keeps them going. Attention, desire, envy, obsession. While most people seek real connection, the covert narcissist uses sexuality like a fishing net, catching anyone who provides what they crave. Here are some examples of the strategies they use to leech from their victims. Mirroring. The covert narcissist studies women she can extract supply from, copying their humor, interest, even their body language. It's not friendship, it's the illusion of connection. For her male partner, it stirs internal anxiety. He wonders, what's so special about this friend she keeps mentioning? Why are they always together? Is she? Nah, it can't be. Then he notices small things, like a tennis racket under the bed, and thinks, since when does she play tennis? Each subtle change reveals how she carefully mirrors others. For the female target, it feels magnetic. She'll say, finally, someone who just gets me. But it's all a performance, designed to trap both sides in triangulation. Mirroring triggers empathy and emotional closeness, finding the target before she even realizes it. Sexual ambiguity. Mirroring the target builds closeness, but ambiguity keeps everyone hooked. She never defines what she is or who she's into. Even if she's in a committed relationship, emotionally involved with someone else, because clarity kills control. Instead, she drops subtle hints, flirts just enough, and performs when people are watching. In front of a boyfriend, she might smile at her bestie and say things like, "Hey baby, what's going on, my darling?" Or, "Hey my love," pretending it's harmless. The boyfriend feels confused. Her bestie feels chosen. Both are officially trapped in triangulation. Sometimes, those pet names slip through phone calls or speakerphone conversations, leaving him questioning her sexuality, wondering what's real and what's performance. Ambiguity is not accidental, it's power. It keeps both sides hooked while she stays in control. If confronted, she deflects. She'll say things like, "You're so paranoid," or "It's just a joke," or pulls out the classic card, "Why are you so controlling?" Understand this, every blurred line, every mixed signal, every pet name, it's fuel for her supply. Double confusion means double the supply. The supply trap. You might find this hard to believe, but many covert narcissists don't need sex to feel gratified. What they crave most is attention, desire, and the chase. Emotional fuel that gives them a rush. The initial thrill of pursuit excites them, but it isn't what keeps them hooked. What sustains them over time is steady supply, admiration, jealousy, and obsession. They use tiny gestures of intimacy, a glance, a flirty text, a suggestive comment, a slight sensual touch, or a small gift, just enough to spark obsession and curiosity. Physical interactions, including same-sex contact, are tools, not the goal. Material benefits like money, travel, or access to a nice dwelling are always secondary. If the target begins to pull away, the covert narcissist may escalate to physical intimacy or sensual touch, just enough to reset the hook. Partial or full escalation reignites craving. For her, it's fuel. For the target, it creates confusion, longing, and emotional dependency. A cycle built for control, not connection. Every gesture, every tease, every blurred line is strategic manipulation designed to feed her supply. Cryptic communication. We come to one of the sneakiest tactics used by female covert narcissists. Disclaimer. Just because you use the following terms in your posts doesn't make you a covert narcissist. Here, I'm exposing patterns seen in many female covert narcissists who are in heterosexual relationships. Women who may have a committed partner while also drawing admiration, attention, or emotional supply from other women, whether friends or strangers, who they know are attracted to them. The goal isn't to label anyone personally, but to show how these behaviors operate as part of the strategy. With that said, let's continue. Coded phrases, seemingly innocent posts, or subtle hashtags, even everyday terms like night out, coffee, or favorite person, can become secret signals. On the surface, they look harmless, but beneath it, they could be arranging, let's just say, a very interesting encounter, while keeping their partners either clueless or guessing. This tactic is so eye-opening, it deserves its own deep dive. In my next episode, I'll break down exactly how covert narcissists use coded words on social media to secure extra supply and keep their same-sex manipulation hidden, maintaining emotional or even physical connections with certain friends, acquaintances, or even strangers, while still flying under the radar. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. You don't want to miss this one. Looking back now, I can see one of the clearest examples of the sexual chameleon dynamic I've ever experienced. An ex of mine pushed me into doing a reverse discard just weeks after she met a new female friend. At the time, I didn't see it for what it was. She started mirroring this new person's humor, her mannerisms, even the way she spoke. It got to the point where it felt like I was dating a friend instead of my partner. Then one day, that friend sent her a picture, and her reaction to it said everything. When I asked to see it, not out of curiosity, but because something felt off, she refused. That was the moment I knew that loyalty wasn't mutual anymore. She'd known this person for only a few weeks, yet suddenly that friend's privacy mattered more than the honesty we'd built over the years. Eventually, I told her to leave, and she did. No resistance, no fight, just gone. 6 weeks later, she came back, acting like nothing ever happened. No accountability, no explanation, just deflection, claiming I was overreacting for even questioning her. That's when I realized her loyalty was never real. She was a good actress. Ultimately, it was a covert narcissist manipulating both sides through secrecy, flattery, and emotional confusion. It was never a true partnership. It was about control and securing that double supply. If you experience something like this, male or female, share your story in the comments. Your story might be the clarity someone else has been searching for. So remember, the female covert narcissist as a sexual chameleon isn't looking for love, intimacy, or truth. Primarily, she's seeking supply in the form of admiration, jealousy, obsession, and undivided attention, as well as any external benefits you might offer. And this supply comes not only from men, but from women too, as an additional source. Peace in a relationship is not respected because peace doesn't feed her, volatility does. Conflict, tension, and uncertainty keep you anxious, reactive, and off balance, while she stays in control and keeps her supply flowing. If you've been caught in this kind of cycle, know this: awareness is the first step to breaking free. Thanks for watching the video, and remember, we're not just surviving, together we thrive.